When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes, is the answer. Now, here is the host of The Long-Bearded Guy, the Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International, Gordon D Melville.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy Red Friday. Thank you that you're with me today. I appreciate you being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're with the Long-Bearded Guy, Gordon D Melville on Inspired Choices Network. And we want to just jump right into it today. We want to talk about a no-wake zone. A no-wake, W-A-K-E, no-wake zone. Anybody know what that is? If I have boaters in the audience today, they will absolutely know what a no-wake zone is. You slow down your boat as you go through a channel or into a little piece of the river or whatnot, that stops, you go slowly enough that there's no wake. There's nothing coming off the back of the boat. Why is that? Because when we go through with really quick and the wake comes out, it erodes the bank. It does damage, and over time with all the boats and whatnot, it makes damage. So what's a no wake zone? A no wake zone is where we slow down. So my topic today is talking about slowing down to speed up, slowing down to go faster, which sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. It's something that absolutely can do that. Slowing down will do that. It'll force you forward. And so we want to talk about that, dig into that today. I'm deeply appreciative. I've been so humbled by the people that have reached out and shared and commented and liked and loved and whatnot. We're trying to get, my mission is 10 million men in 24 months. And with a message of hope that there are positive ways to deal with the stress and anxiety and depression, all the emotions we feel every day, but we don't know how to deal with, especially guys. We tend to fight with that. So I teach tools and strategies to be able to deal with regular emotions we feel every day. So that's an amazing thing. Welcome, Christine. Great to see you. So yes, that's the bits and pieces for today. But I'm really, if you connect with this and resonate with this message, any of them, go back and watch other episodes. There's some good stuff in there. And if you read through or listen to it, watch it, whatever your passion is, there are some amazing nuggets in there that can help. And if you resonate with it, reach out and let me know that. Reach out. I'm looking for sponsors, another round of sponsors. I got some more bills to pay and whatnot, so I'm trying to expand that reach. So if you resonate with this, reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation with you and share with you what we're doing. I'm also excited, by the way, to have you find me on our new Inspired Choices Network app on Apple TV, Google TV, and we're on a whole bunch of, we're on demand platforms through Inspired Choices Network. Just search Inspired Choices Network wherever you listen to stuff. With our app, Apple TV, Google TV, Amazon, Fire TV, LG, Samsung Smart TV, and on your smart TV under Binge Network. There's so many, more than 450 platforms. Wherever you normally listen to podcasts or live radio or watch your TV online, go there. You'll find me. You'll find the Inspired Choices Network app, and then search through that. You'll find my happy beard in there with the long-bearded guy. And you can listen to all my episodes or any of the other hosts. There's some amazing, talented people, wonderful, big-hearted people, hosts on this network, and that all flows from the top. So that's we're reflecting the executive ownership of the network. All right. So real quick, when we're talking about no wake zone, we're talking about slowing down to speed up. So I want to just read these couple of quick things here about what happens to get an idea about time, to get an idea, what's the value of time. The four horsemen of how long a minute really is. If you've ever waited for a table and it seems like forever, but it's not, it's only a few minutes. Holding your breath underwater, you start to feel what time is, how long a minute is. Exercises like planks or wall sits, you sit there and you're like, oh, I've been here for half an hour, and they're like, yep, that's 5 seconds, and you're like, wow. computer screen loading. We're in this immediate world where everything, microwave. That's the other one, microwaving food. We're used to having it. They used to cook it over a fire where you had to actually create a fire and then cook your food. And then it went to a stove and everybody got so excited. Oh, look, we can speed it up. And now if it doesn't come out in 15 seconds out of a microwave, we're frustrated because it's taking too long. Do you want to know the value of time? And I'm going to read just these. There's only 4 of them here. But I want you to ponder these. I want you to meditate with these. If you've got out your journal with you, I hope you have your journal and taking notes and writing stuff down. You want to know what the value of 1 year is? Ask a student who failed a grade and was held back, had to do it again. You want to know what the value of a month is? Ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. You want to know what the value of a week is? Ask the editor of a weekly newspaper or a radio show. You want to know what the value of an hour is? Ask the person who just missed the train. You want to know what the value of a second is? Ask someone who narrowly avoided an accident. And you want to know what the value of a millisecond is? Talk to the person who took the silver medal at the Olympics. Events like bobsledding, where the first 40 places are 1/1000th of a second apart. The value of our time. We look at it and go, you know what? How much value is in our time? The present moment is the only time we really have. They say yesterday is a canceled check, tomorrow's a promissory note, today's the only cash you have, so spend it wisely. We're giving up, we were gifted today, or at least with this moment, not even the full day, this moment. What are we doing with it? If you had, we're all given, and whether we realize that or not, we are given every day, every morning when we start, we're given $86,400 in a bank account to spend that day. And if we don't use it, whatever is left over is eliminated. And the next morning we start again with $86,400. And that bank account is there regardless. It's whether we use it, don't use it. And I think a lot of times what happens is somebody steals $400 from us. And lots of people will burn the other $86,000 because they're pissed off about the $400. And you may look at me and go, Gord, that's ridiculous. No one would ever do that. Yeah, really? We do that every day. We are all given 86,400 seconds in a day. And somebody cuts us off in traffic, or somebody pisses us off, or somebody frustrates us. And we blow through the rest of the day all angry and frustrated, and we burn the rest of the day. And lots of times it's not just a day. How many of us have, I know I've done that, where I've been angry with something in some situation, and it's days or weeks that I have this thing flopping around in my head. We're burning our time. I want to say it was Buddha that said the challenge is we think we have time. And I want to talk about that. There's 1,440 minutes in a day, 24 hours. We all have the same amount of time. The best illustration of relativity I've ever heard, if I put my hand on a hot pan, a second can seem like an hour. But if I put my hands on a hot woman, an hour can seem like a second. Because time is relative. It's a construct that we build for ourselves. If you follow that, we don't think about it until we're in a situation, right? At work through the week, it's, oh man, the clock's going so slow. It's so slow. And then Friday night hits, and for some reason, the clocks get accelerated. And the next thing you know, you blink and it's Monday morning. Like, what the heck happened to where did my weekend go? It was the same 24 hours that it always is. Nothing's changed. Our perception of it has changed. How does Richard Branson run more than 400 companies? Tony Robbins runs more than 100. And I've never seen Richard Branson in an office ever. He's always on a jet ski with some hot chick. I'm like, well, where does he find time to work? Because he's never here. He's never in an office. How does he do that? Because they have the same 24 hours the rest of us have. So what are they doing? We want to talk about that today. We want to dig into that, because the concepts around time, we think we have a lot, and we may only have, if you know who Brandon Lee is, Bruce Lee's son, has been gone for better part of 20 years. But anyway, in an interview less than 2 weeks before he died, he was saying he was expressing a similar type concept. And he said, we think we've got lots. Maybe we only have 17 sunsets left. Maybe we only have, 8 visits to wherever. The thing is, we think of it in terms of, we have lots and lots and lots of time. I'll get around to it, right? I've got time, I'll get there. And as I get older, I remember at 15 years old, looking at someone that was 30 and thinking, oh man, they're old. They're so old. But then you get to be 30 and you go, it's not that old. And in my head, I'm still 20. And then you get to be, I turned 54 this year. More than half a century. My beard, I could be Father Time, I guess. It's getting there. But the point is, you look at it and go, wow, where did that time go? Because in my head, I'm still 25. I'll go by a mirror and go, oh, who's the old guy in my body? Because it catches me off guard. It's in my head, I'm 20. In my head, I'm 25. And I think that's, I look at myself and go, we think of where my dad was and my parents and people around me when they were 45 and 50 years old. And what were they doing? And how did they, and I'm like, I don't feel I'm that person. Anyway, I'm still a kid in my head. So it's trying to figure out, hey, how do I maximize their time? How do we get to the next steps? How do we build it all in to get the most out of squeezing all the juice out of our life, out of the fruit of our life? We want to squeeze all the juice out. But that takes special preparation, and it takes an appreciation of time that I think sometimes we don't have. We waste time. I'm just killing time. Excuse me? You're what? It's a gift to be here right now. That's why it's called present. Don't kill it. Don't waste it. Be doing something intentional. I want to just real quick do shout outs for my stuff. So the other thing I want to do, I want to make sure, and I don't mention these people all the time, but I want to make sure I reach out to them and put a shout out, because I can't do this without my sponsors. My founding sponsor partners from the very beginning that had faith in me before there were episodes, before there was content in this space: Dr. Oliver Reed, Jose Escobar, Jeff May, Lee Grigsby, Edward Reed, Mrs. Kirkpatrick, Kat Schwartz, Austin Haynes, Jim Hetherington, and Carolyn Scott are all people that are founding sponsor partners for me. I can't do this without them. And it makes the rest of my, I do the Long Bearded Guy is my shows, but I'm trying to broadcast and get my message out to find and source clients for my group coaching, one-on-one coaching, keynote speaking. I used to do a lot of that. If you resonate with this information and you go, you know what, Gordon needs to come and talk to my church group or my kids, big want to make sure teens and kids understand what their worth and their value is, and that they're loved just because of the way they are. I think that would help huge. But anyway, if you want me to talk to you, whether it's virtual or live, I've got lots of space, and it's filling up for next year, oddly enough. But I'm here to do that, and that's through Jewel International. So JEWIL, not EL. And that's an acronym for Jandon, which is just my wife and my company, but Empowerment with Intention Life Coaching. And it's high performance coaching, mentorship, It's accountability, it's mindset and energy and all the different bits and pieces. It's teaching tools and strategies to be able to deal with the regular stress, anxiety, depression, the emotions we all feel every day, but aren't sure what to do with. We hold that dis-ease in our bodies. We hold it or push it down inside of ourselves, and we wonder why we get sick. Or we hold it inside, we put it on a shelf, we put our emotions in a box and we put it on a shelf. The problem is we still have pain from that. And so we try and cope. How do I cover up the pain and numb the pain? So we drink or we do drugs or we gamble or whatnot. Now I have a vice on top of the problem because it didn't take the problem away. So I teach, how do I deal with it? It's not outside the box thinking, it's burn the box, eradicate the box. There's no box. So if that, again, if that resonates, or that's a message that you want for more for yourself or more for somebody around you or for your group, please, please, please reach out. You can reach me at thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com is the easiest way. Again, that's just thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break, but I'm going to see you on the other side. You're with the Long Bearded Guy. That's me, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. Be right back. Don't go anywhere.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the Long-Bearded Guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Long-Bearded Guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for sticking with and being coming back. We're talking about a no wake zone, no WAKE, a no wake zone. So moving slow enough that there's no wake off the back of our boat. Why? Because when we slow down, we can speed up. Slowing down will speed us up. So I want to talk just real quick about some common costs of moving too fast. Because we're all go, 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 go. Sometimes we're not slowing down enough. Well, and there's things that need to get done. And we're like, hey, you know what? I don't have time to get that done. I don't have time to, I know there's stuff to do and I want to scale, but I can't. Hey, Jackie, great to see you. Welcome. It's right. We're moving too fast and we go, you know what? I don't have time to scale. I don't have time to train a new person. I don't have time to put systems or processes in place to be able to speed myself up later, to automate some of it so that I can save myself some time and make some time for myself. So what are common costs of moving too quick? We move too fast. We're going too quick and it's costing us. And we don't see that in a tangible way sometimes. Sometimes we do. And they've done studies, lower sales and operating profits when we move too fast. Why? Because we're just running too quick. We're not paying attention the way we could be to the details, and we're moving too fast. We're not giving process the time. And it causes us lower sales. They go down, not up. Errors misunderstandings and communication breakdown. I'm sure we've all had the that kind of a problem where we're moving too fast. We say something to somebody, we send them a quick text, which is a horrible way. You want to really alienate people and blow up relationships. Say something really important or try and get a point across in a text. Good luck with that, because they can't hear the tone. They can't hear where your heart is when you say it. They're just reading the words on the page or on their phone or wherever they're reading it. Don't do important things like that. But why? Because people misunderstand. Why? Because it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with where their brain is at in the moment. It has to do with what they're thinking. So they got stuff going on. And then you send them something that is important for you and you want it to be important for them. But because their brain is in a different place, they read it and go, what the hell? And so they respond and pardon me, they may react in the moment, not respond. If that makes sense. And you've heard me talk about the difference between responding and reacting. Reaction is just a primal thing that in the moment without any thought, completely emotional. But responding means I take a half a second, put some logic into it. Do I have all the information? Can I take the emotion out and then respond? Is a better way to do it. But going too fast, moving too quick causes misunderstandings and communication breakdowns with people around us and with our family and friends. A lack of strategic thinking. When we're moving too quick, we don't have time. We don't give ourselves the space to go, let me think that through. Anybody play chess? My dad's and me, I get stuck with checkers. I get winded playing tiddlywinks, pick up sticks. But yeah, chess. My dad's an incredible chess player, but he's thinking multiple steps ahead, right? Well, if Gord does this, I can do this. And if he does that when I do, then I can do this. But he's like 5 or 6 steps ahead of me. And I wonder why I can't win, right? Why I don't win. A lot of times in life we do that. We're moving so fast, we don't stop to go, wait. What are the consequences of this choice or decision? What could it be? And that's not a lack thinking. It's a, hey, I want to make sure I'm going in the proper direction at the proper speed with the proper stuff going on. I want to make sure I include the right stuff. Any of you watch Dragon's Den or Shark Tank? It always frustrates me when the sharks go, hey, make a decision. Come on. I've given you an offer. You need to make a decision right now. And if I was on Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, I would go, you know what? If I made decisions that way, if we're partners and I don't take the time to stop and give it a half a second and make sure I've explored my options to make sure I'm on the right path and make sure I've explored the different bits and pieces that might impact the decision and might impact the company, you'd fire me. You'd be pissed off. Why did you not look into all the options that were available? Because these 3 were better than the one you chose. Well, I was moving quick. Well, okay. Now there's some ways to offset that a little bit that they have that most people don't. And that's a schedule of yes and no's. And I know there's some other hosts on the network that talk about finding your yes. What are my yeses? What are my no's? And then we have that in as a paradigm in our mind that says, you know what, these are things that are in alignment with who I am and what I'm about and where I want to go and who I want to become. And then when people ask stuff, we make decisions. It's not that we've made decisions quickly, but at some point we've made time to set up a standard for ourselves so that we can make decisions quicker. And it may take some time to do that. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. So we'll come back to that one. A little bit of tease there. So lack of strategic thinking, self-centeredness. Sometimes it's just I'm looking at what's good for me and nobody else. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. Our journey is for us, not for anybody else. It's for us. That being said, we can be selfish about it too. And if we're moving too fast, sometimes we don't consider who else is involved and who else could be impacted, positive or negative, by our decision or choice. A feeling of stress, anxiety, and chaos. We're moving so fast, and we've all experienced that. I know I've experienced that, where we're just moving so fast. You ever run down a hill and you go, yeah, I can do it. And you speed up. And eventually you're like, wait a second. My legs can't move that fast. And we tumble and fall. Why? Because we're moving that inertia of going down and moving so quick stops us. It blows it all apart. We fall down. Why? Because we can't move that fast and accommodate the speed of that travel without putting wheels on or finding some other way to move, because our legs won't do it. Or we have an incapacity for that level of speed. Now, can we change that or increase it? Sure. If I do that over and over and over and practice and practice and practice and practice, I'll go farther and farther and farther down the hill before I fall down. Right? Because I'm building that muscle up. I'm building those muscles. So I'm getting used to what that feels like. I'm getting used to where that stands and how that works. We do the same thing in life. We can build those muscles, for sure we can. Absolutely we can. And as we build it and build it and build it, can we move quicker? Sure. But at some point we need to slow down to be able to accelerate. We need to slow down to speed up. We also sometimes have again, common costs of moving too fast, a lack of innovation. And it goes to part of what we were already talking about, not having time to look at what all the different bits and pieces is, or let the thought expand. Have you done a thing? And my colleague Don Callahan and I, we sit down and have coffee regularly, multiple times a week sometimes. And we're working on a whole bunch of stuff with Mondays and our May event and all these different things. And we'll be sitting there talking, and we stop for a second, we take a breath, you take a sip of coffee, and it's quiet for a minute. And all of a sudden one of us will go, oh, you know what? Something just occurred to me. And the little light bulb, bing, right? And I'm like, oh, why? Where did that come from? That's Papa downloading to us, but we had to shut our mouth. My mom always used to say, Gord, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in proportion. Listening twice as much as we talk. Why? Because we need that space. A lack of innovation. Why? Because we didn't stop for a second and go, okay, let that percolate, let that idea percolate. Right? Sometimes we think about it, we'll think about it and think about it and think about it. And days later, we're like, oh, something just occurred to me. Right? That comes because we've allowed it to happen. We've given it the space and time it needed to mature and grow and expand and take us where we needed to go. And if we happen to be in a team, happen to be part of a group, and we're moving too fast, you can have negative team dynamics. Why? Because everybody moves at a different pace. Everybody moves at a different speed. And if the leader of that pack is moving faster than their people, now, does that mean they're leaving them behind? No. Does that mean they don't have vision and set the parameters for what the organization is about? Nope. I'm saying they absolutely need to do that. They need to have a vision and a mission statement, and they need to lead the pack. They need to make sure their team is on board with what's going on. But they need to be able to, again, really good leaders inspire by the way they talk and things they do that helps things move forward. People will follow somebody with really good vision. In the military, people will follow somebody whether there's stripes on their arm or not. If somebody can keep calm and keep a level head, and as things blow up and there's chaos around, the leader is calm and holds their mind, right? Has mastered control, or at least has an awareness of that. So they're in the process of mastering control of their mind and their emotion, right? My producer and I were talking just before we came on today, and I had gone back and watched my first episode, and the first time that I lost her, her internet went down, and so the chat went away, and I had no idea where I was at and where it was going on. And I was saying to her, I felt like a Muppet, running back and forth, right? But I'm like, oh, what's going on? I need to be connected, and she's amazing. But I look at it now. Last week, her internet went down where she lives, and I could hear her voice in my head saying, Gord, I'll be right back. I'm right here. Just keep talking. Don't worry. Everything is good. I'm in amazing hands with Kim and with Christine and Melissa. There's the team there at Inspired Choices Network is second to nobody. And she doesn't pay me to say that, not yet anyway. But my point is, I love the team. They're amazing. And that's part of the thing. How do you set up a team? How do you surround yourself with people that are world class at what they do? When Christine and I were talking about it originally, I said, I'll do what I do. That's connecting with people and sharing and teaching and mentoring and whatnot. I'll do that. I'll stay in my lane and do that. But I know that doesn't work I need my team to be able to do what their superpowers are. I need them to get my message out, and they need me to have somebody to work with. The point is, everybody's doing their superpower, but they stay as a group. And surrounding yourself with a team, taking the time, slowing down and going, you know what, I need to surround myself with the right people. So slowing down and interviewing the right people. And if hiring correctly is a monster huge thing in business. I think a lot of people get hired incorrectly, and they're improperly jobbed, if that makes sense, right? They're incredible human beings. They got big heart, they're heart centric and whatnot. But at some point, maybe they're not good, maybe they're not a right fit for that job. And so we fire them. In business, typically we just fire them. Can I repurpose them? Can I go, you know what, your skills are in these areas, let's move you over to here. But slowing down to do that will speed us up. And we're going to talk about that in the next segment. We're going to talk about creation of time. Can we do that? I don't know if we can make more than, I'm not sure who I requisition for more hours in a day than 24. Papa, I've tried multiple times, it doesn't work. But there are ways to manufacture and make time. So we'll go over that in the next segment. So don't go anywhere. A couple quick shout outs just before we take another quick break. Another quick break. The first one is my brother, Jose Escobar. He's the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. Check out the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf to learn more about the morning and evening routine mastery program that is changing people's lives. This program will help you install systems on the bookends of your day to maximize your morning and evening routine. Set up your free strategy session today with Jose Escobar. Incredible program. If you're not doing that morning and evening, have some kind of a routine. He teaches an amazing program and gives you some ideas that you probably hadn't thought of that will maximize and will make time for you. Making time for yourself. He'll teach you some ways to do that. The other one I want to point out just now is Kat Schwarz, and my sponsor, Kat, love her. Kat Schwarz is the founder and CEO of a groundbreaking company called Compassionate Healing Services, and offers a completely unique approach to treating physical and mental health challenges. Check her out on Instagram at Compassionate Healing Services, or email her at info@compassionatehealingservices.com. And again, I love and appreciate my sponsors so much. You want to do that, let me know. I've got some openings at the moment. We're going to take a quick break. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. Don't go anywhere. See you in a minute.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life, no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. All right, creation of time. By the way, when we go to break, do you pause and breathe? Pause and breathe. What'll that do? Oh, that's right. That'll slow you down to recenter you and ground you so that you can move forward quicker. Pause and breathe. Creation of time. Activities that make time in the long run. So right at the moment, you may have a situation where you go, you know what? I need to put some processes in place because I'm doing a lot of this myself and I could automate some of it, but I don't have time to stop and train somebody else. I don't have time to stop and do the hiring process. I don't have time to stop and put some processes in place so that things happen more automated, which would free up time later. It's a perfect example of taking some time and you go, you know what? I have to slow down right here. I'm going to take a few hours or half a day or whatever time it takes to create some systems that going forward, it's slowing me down right now, but going forward, it's something I have to do regularly, month after month or week after week or day after day even. Going forward, it's going to speed me up because I don't have to spend as much time on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to get it done. That's creation of time. That's building time in. So you still have the same 24 hours, but instead of spending all of it doing the legwork yourself, you're either farming it out and trusting somebody else. Ooh, that's a rubber meet the road one. Yes. That's one of the things that stops solopreneurs, entrepreneurs from scaling because it's their baby and they can't let it go. They don't trust anybody else with their baby. The thing is, Steve Jobs may have started in his garage. Bill Gates may have started in his garage or his basement, but at some point to get big and to be successful and to really scale, you have to trust some other people with your stuff. Again, that would go back to what we talked about a little bit earlier about surrounding yourself with the right team, taking the time to make sure that the team around you, everybody's paddling in the same direction. You don't have somebody in the back of the boat drilling holes in the bottom of the boat because they have a different agenda. We have to be able to scale. There's no way to truly be wildly successful on our own. We need a team. And you can say, oh yeah, well, Tiger Woods, he's just one person. A boxer, Mike Tyson, just one person. He got successful on their own. No. They had coaches, multiples, like not just one or two, a dozen different people that are supporting them, publicists and promoters and coaches for health and wellness and fitness and the food they eat and nutrition and all these types of. They have a team around them. Yep, they're the one that shows up on the links. They're the one that shows up in the ring, but they're not by themselves. We have to be able to trust somebody, and so building that team, activities that make time in the long run. Where can we do that? Where can you do that in your business? If you want to expand and grow. Right? Some of us love to do certain things and don't like to do other things. Guess what happens with that? We do the things we hate last. And we've always maintained. I used to have a picture on my wall in the office of a frog that's strangling whatever it is that's swallowing him, and half of him's already gone, but he's still hanging out of the mouth, strangling the thing. Never giving up. Never, ever giving up. Making sure that we've made the priorities are what we want them to be. Making sure that we surround ourselves with not just the people, but the tools that we need to have the stuff around us to be able to scale and grow, if that's what we really want to do. If you don't want to scale and grow and you're happy being a solopreneur, then great. Congratulations. That's awesome. If that's your purpose and that's where you feel you're supposed to be, excellent. Perfect. You're right where you belong. But if you want more, we have to do more. We've used the perfect mindset we have, the best information we have to get us to where we are today. If we're not where we want to be, we need to do some other things. So slowing down a little bit, put some processes in place. Are there processes in your business that you need to look at that are not part of your system now that would free time up for you? Can you outsource it? People hate to hear that, but almost everything can be outsourced. Outside of your superpower, everything else can be, literally everything else can be outsourced with a virtual assist, or with another company that does and that's their superpower. They do it really well. I am not a tech type human. So I sit and I talk with Christine last week. We were setting up some stuff and going through some things, and some of the stuff didn't work exactly the way it was supposed to. And she's like, yeah, and she was sharing her screen, and she's like, do, and she's running around going, yep, no, I'll just go over here and hold on, just a minute. And she was running, but I wouldn't be able to. She did in seconds what it would have taken me. Well, I wouldn't have ever got it done because I'd have whipped my laptop across the room. I'd have gone, you know what? I'm out. I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Why? Because I just get frustrated, and that's not good for me. I should have some patience and sit and figure it out. The thing is, John Maxwell used to talk about, we have strengths and weaknesses. We all do. People spend a lot of time and money trying to make their weaknesses better. And I can spend a lot of time and money and energy in that and still only be mediocre at it. But if I spend that same time and energy and money on my strengths, I can make them world class. And I can farm out all the other stuff. I hope that makes sense. Stick in your lane, find out what you do best, and then find a way and take the time it takes to do it. Yep. Oh, I don't have time. Make the time, because it'll speed you up later. It'll free up time for you to be able to do the things you want to do and expand the way you want to. Focus on long-term vision, not short-term stuff. Watch the long game, play the long game, prioritize communication relationships, be discerning where you spend your time with your commitments, and plan for the unplanned, the unexpected. Life's going to happen. We've talked about that a bunch. 10% what happens to me, 90% how I respond to that. But prioritize that communication. I know people that will not answer emails only twice in a day, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Or some people don't only do it once a week, once every 3 days. They're prioritizing. It's not a priority. What are the priorities? What are your priorities? What are the things you have to get done every day, or every week, or every month? Prioritize. Be discerning about your commitments. A lot of times we want to say yes. We want to be that helpful person. But as soon as we say yes, we've said no to a lot of other things because we don't have time for it anymore. Keep that in mind. When we say yes, we're saying no to everything else, to so many other things. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't say yes. I'm saying don't say yes to everything, because at some point you're going to get stuck. Now you got so many commitments. You're spread so thin. You're not as efficient, and you don't have the efficacy that you would like to have in any of them because you're spread too thin. I hope that makes sense. Quick shout outs again to Kat Shores. If you email info@compassionatehealingservices.com and mention the long bearded guy, you'll receive 20% off one of her services. That's $100 savings off Kat's most unique offering, spiritual private investigation services. Kat will use her skills as an evidential medium to reconnect you with a loved one who crossed over and provide proof of their continued presence in your life. Email her at info@compassionatehealingservices.com. She's an amazing human being, and it's a really, really impactful, positively impactful special service that she provides. Incredible. She's an incredible lady. The other one is Jose Escobar. He's the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. But check out the Connected Leaders Academy membership to take your business to the next level. This is a perfect tribe to learn, grow, and connect like never before. The Connected Leaders Academy tribe brings together some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. Set up a virtual coffee with Jose Escobar today, and you can reach him at www.theentrepreneur'sbookshelf.com for either one, Connected Leaders Academy or Entrepreneur Bookshelf, for his morning and evening routine. You can reach him at www.theentrepreneur'sbookshelf.com. Again, incredible human being. Has been an amazing mentor. He's a friend and a colleague. And I just I love these people that I'm surrounding myself with. I raise up because of the people that are around me. I'm lifting them, they're lifting me. We're all human elevators, right? Lifting each other up. We're going to take a quick break. Don't forget to pause and breathe. Through this commercial break, pause and breathe. If you've got a message to put out, you want a commercial on my show, reach out. Sponsor on my show, reach out. If you want to run your own, you want to be a host of your own show because you have a message that you want to get out. I encourage you, reach out to myself, reach out to Christine McIver, reach out to the Inspired Choices Network, and they can help you with that. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got some really cool things in the last segment. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville, on Inspired Choices Network.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at Jewel International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to the long-bearded guy at gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I know there's a bunch of people that haven't come into the chat that I know are listening because they're at work, and so they've got it on behind them. Thank you for being here today. I love you all. Big, big hugs. And you know what? I appreciate that you're spending some of your finite resource of time today with me. I really appreciate that. In wrap up here, there's a couple different things. We're talking about a no wake zone. So slowing down, no wake in a boat, right? No wake. Why? Because wake does damage over time. So you slow right down. We're slowing down to be able to speed up. We're manufacturing time, putting processes in place, putting people around us that can help us accelerate what's going on and our missions. But there's some ways to do that. And we talked in the last piece about focusing on long-term vision, prioritizing our communication and relationships. Some of our relationships are holding us back, and we may love them. We may be great friends. We've been together for a long time. We've known each other for forever, but if it's holding you back, maybe we need to reevaluate. They say we become the average, not the top end, the average of the 5 people we spend most of our time with. So you want to look at the people around you. You want to look at where you are. If you're not where you want to be, look at the people around you. Who do you spend the most of your time with? Are they where you want to be? And if not, prioritizing some of those relationships. I'm not saying blow them up and walk away from people. I'm saying reach out to people that are doing and being what you want to become, and surround yourself with those people. The cheerleaders. I'm surrounded with people that just keep lifting me up and have pom-poms and, are excited and celebrate victories and celebrate accomplishments. And I do it with other people. We celebrate those. It's not a competition. There's room for everybody. I'm not jealous. Why would I be jealous? Someone that is getting ridiculously blessed and they're understanding what's going on and their stuff is moving forward and they're expanding and growing. I'm excited for them. I'm not threatened by that. We shouldn't be. Why would we be jealous of that? Our friend is doing well. Somebody that we care about is doing well. And even if we don't know them, why can't we go, hey, you know what? I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Prioritizing communications and relationships, and then being discerning about our commitments. Planning for the unplanned. Taking into consideration, you know what? Is this going to go exactly the way I want it to? Not usually. Not usually. There's always things that happen. Life happens. Yes? We all, anybody raise their hand to that? that life happened for you. It happens to me. Best laid plans and all that. So we build that in. We build that in. Loud, I can't even pronounce that. TZU. He's a thought leader. He said, time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is to say I don't want to. Excuse me. To say I don't have time is to say I don't want to. We all have the time. We'll make the time to do the things we want to. So if you say to somebody, and you, as it comes out of your mouth, well, I don't have time, what you're saying is you don't want to. Being 100% authentic and honest with ourselves. Leaders set the right intention set the right attention and intention by being present and directing one's energy. They're paying attention to that. Stephen Covey said, the key is not spending time, but investing it. Where do you invest your time? Who do you invest your time in? Regardless of what your mouth says, you can tell us all over the place, this is what my priorities are. These are my priorities. I always look at people and go, show me your checkbook and your day timer. Why? Because where you spend your time and your money is the priority, regardless of what else you're saying. Spend some time, invest some time in yourself and your business, in your life, to create, whether it's in your business or whether it's at home, and in your regular life. Set processes in place that make time going forward for you. It may slow you down in the moment, but it's okay to slow down right this second to be able to get to where you want to go. I hope all that makes sense. I hope that's practical information that you can use and implement today on your own. If you need help or have questions or comments or whatnot, reach out to me, thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Next week, November 25th at noon, we're going to talk about ripples and legacy awareness. Ripples and legacy awareness. We want it to, and again, these are practical things. I'm hoping that you come back and spend some more time, share this, like it, love it, subscribe, download the Inspired Choices Network app. It's free to download. Jump on, share it with your friends. That's the only way I'm going to expand and be able to scale and to reach my target of 10 million men. If you can help me, I would greatly appreciate that. I think it's near and dear to my heart. But we want to make sure, and it's not just, I'll work with entrepreneurial men, I'll work with men in general, and I work with lots of other people. So if you're not an entrepreneurial man, don't worry, reach out anyway. If there's entrepreneurial people around you, there's men in your life, reach out to me. I want to be of assistance. I want to be of service to you. So please, please, please reach out. I want to, for between now and the next week, our next getting together next Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. I want you to make it another great week. Don't have a good week. That's just whatever's going to happen happens. Make it another great week. We have the power to do that. You have the power to do that, to make your life whatever you want it to be. But it's the choices and decisions we make that dictate that. So make the right decisions. Make the hard choices, because it'll make your life easier. Make it another great week. Intentionally do it. Intentionally. By the way, reach out and tell me what you're reading. What are you reading right now? I've got like 4 or 5 books on the go at the moment. Reach out and tell me what you're reading. Be very curious to know what you're reading. That's the action item for this week. Let me know what you're reading. How has it impacted you? And I'm thinking business and life skill and personal development, not necessarily, but you know what? If you're reading something that's fiction and it's uplifting you and feeding your soul, by all means, let me know. From the bottom of my heart, make it another great week. I love you. If you haven't heard it today, I love you. Massive hugs. Live abundantly and with intention this week. On purpose. Show up for yourself so that you can show up for the people in your life the way you want to, the way you need to, and the way they need you to. It's our responsibility. I love you. See you next week.
Thank you for tuning into the Long Bearded Guy Show. You are appreciated and loved. Gordon D. Melville returns Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on the InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, make it another great week, leading with love, powerfully designing, crafting, and living out your positively impactful legacy life you were created for. Big hugs.